The information that is reaching our news desk this noon is that members of parliament, about four of them associated with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, have been taken to custody today after the current information regarding to them funding demonstrations, na kwamba wao ndio walihusika kwa kiasi kikubwa kuweza kufund the demonstrations on the Gen Z maandamano that took place in June and July of this year. Now, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, has called upon President William Ruto, telling him to call off his dogs from the National Intelligence Service and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations who are harassing members of parliament who are directly connected to Gachagua. This time, Gachagua has not made the information known through a public engagement or through matanga or through a church function. He has posted this information after it directly came to his attention this morning. And the information was first made public by none other than blogger Cyprian Nyakundi through his official Twitter handle, where Nyakundi went ahead to post the info regarding the arrest of these men. And Nyakundi said this. I will repeat this information because I read it earlier in a certain video that we were reading, trying to get the grounds on which Gachagua will be impeached. I can see Cyprian Nyakundi, he said DCI recommends serious charges against several members of parliament for their alleged involvement in planning, mobilizing and financing anti-government protest. Embakasi Central Member of Parliament Benjamin Gadiro Mwangi Major Donk is facing charges for soliciting, inciting others to commit an offense as outlined in section 391 of the Penal Code. The inquiry suggests that both members of parliament, Mwangi and Gakuya, along with Deuri, Wambugu, and Mr. Pius G. Monene, are correspondingly implicated. There are also recommendations for charges of money laundering against MP Benjamin Gadiro Mwangi in connection with the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. The inquiry follows intelligence reports indicating that these MPs were implicated in organizing meetings at Hotel Boulevard in Nairobi County. That is the information that we received about 5 hours ago this morning from blogger Cyprian Nyakundi, which told us that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's friends, members of parliament, mostly in the National Assembly, and who have been supporting Gachagua for a very long time, they are right now on the verge of losing it all because of their association with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Now, about few minutes ago, 20 or 30, Rigathi Gachagua has published a statement through his official social media pages, and I shall read the statement which was published through his official Facebook page, and it says, "The use of criminal justice system to manage politics is an outdated political strategy that was used in the past by Uhuru Kenyatta and Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. President William Ruto and I, on assuming office, gave an undertaking to the people of Kenya that never shall the criminal justice system be called upon to help in the management of politics." And he says, "I am embarrassed that we are back to where we were. Harassment of my office staff and members of parliament perceived to be close to me has been going on for the last 2 months. I have learned of a scheme to prefer trumped up charges against 3 members of my staff and MPs for Embakasi North, Honorable James Gakuya, and the Embakasi Central, Benjamin Gadiro Mwangi Major Donk." Listen, Gachagua says it is not only the MPs, but 3 members of his staff, 3 people from the office of the Deputy President, together with 2 members of parliament, that is the member of parliament of Embakasi North and the Embakasi Central members of parliament, Honorable James Gakuya and Major Donk of Embakasi Central. Tunaelewana? Those are the people that are currently being held in custody for being involved in the funding and mobilizing of the Gen Z in June, which we all know these are drummed up charges, as Gachagua says it. Now he says this evil scheme is to associate them with violent demonstrations that took place in late June in a futile attempt to soil my name and hopefully create grounds for the mooted impeachment proceedings against me. Kenyans are very intelligent people. They know what factors made the people of Kenya take to the streets. Kenyans also know what the real problems in Kenya are. They surely know Rigathi Gachagua is not among them. Let our agencies remain professional, follow the rule of law, and keep off politics. And we all as Kenyans say what Gachagua, we echo what Gachagua said. Because listen, what these people are trying to do, once Gachagua is called to the floor of the House of the National Assembly, the questions that he will be asked: why are three members of your staff being arrested and being implicated in funding of the Gen Z maandamano? Should I remind you that the NIS, before coming to these drummed up charges that they're making right now, they told us that the Fund Foundation was behind the funding of maandamano in the country. Yet the other day, your president was as leaking or whatever, alikuwa anakula lunch huko US with the Ford Foundation president Darren Walker. Walikuwa pamoja huko US, and your punitive president went ahead to post the same pictures on social media, and he was trying to portray how close Ford Foundation has helped Kenya. The reason he did that is because Ford Foundation has been funding the office of the First Lady for a very long time. So right now, wakaona, because the charges against the NGOs, the non-government organizations, they said 19 or 16 of them that were implicated in funding of the demos, zimeondolewa, then let's try to push the blame onto these people. Ndio maana ukasikia wameenda huko wakakamata Wanjigi, wakakosa venye wata implicate Wanjigi with the same story. Now wamerudi kwa Major Donk na wamerudi kwa Gakuya. Tunaelewana? So if this Gakuya and the other one are very close to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, which means now they will be implicated, where these will lay concrete grounds for an impeachment motion against the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua. The only person that can save Gachagua against this vendetta is the President of the Republic of Kenya. And let me tell you, this is not being done out of anything else. Now, when the justice system ikiamua kutumika vibaya, inatumikanga mpaka wewe mwenyewe unashanga. Should I remind you that Moi used the special branch under James Kanyotu to make sure that Kenya becomes his company? Should I remind you that? Until Kibaki took over, that is when Kenya was returned to the people of the Republic of Kenya. Na viongozi wakakuwa with the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Ni viongozi wangapi walikuwa wanauawa time ya Moi? Ni viongozi wangapi walikuwa wanafungwa time ya Moi? When we came to Kibaki, that hiyo narrative ikaisha. Uhuru Kenyatta came in. Uhuru Kenyatta, the first term was the best president and the best thing that happened to the Republic of Kenya. But the second term, ikakuwa ni vita baina yake na DP. And you know, once a deputy president of yours is against you and has a vendetta to try and tarnish your legacy, you have to defend yourself. And that's why Uhuru Kenyatta defended himself by implicating some members of parliament, akina Gachagua and whatever. And now, hata hawajamaliza miaka 2, vita ndio hiyo na upumbavu mingi kwa serikali. Tunaelewana? So let me remind you that Ruto will destroy Gachagua with everything he has. And let me tell you, should I remind you that these people, both of them, are not angels? Ruto was implicated in the Kiambaa Church massacres and whatever, in the 2007-2008 post-election violence. But let me take you to the teacher of those kind of acts, Rigathi Gachagua. In 1982, the Molo massacres and whatever happened there while he was the DO, watu walikuwa na uwawa huko kama ng'ombe. So let me tell you, the both of them are heartless. So it's a war of the beast. These are two beasts that are fighting. These are two beasts that have folded hands to fight, and then one has power over the other. Yet they were friends. Hmm? It's like the story of how Satan was an angel in heaven and he tried to overthrow the government in heaven. Hmm? Now look at it in this dimension. Hizi charges zikikuwa drummed up, kwanza hawa wenye wako kwa ofisi ya Gachagua, these people will be coerced to turn witness against Deputy President who? Rigathi Gachagua. And if Rigathi Gachagua does not work very well to try and create solid ground for these three staffs of his office ambao wanataka kutumika, then watatumika na watambring down, because if they are turned state witness by the president, then Gachagua kwisha. Sisi tulipatiwa pesa. Are you getting the point? That is how this regime is working, and that is how the dirty game of politics is being played. Hapa inje si mchezo. That is one thing that you will learn, and if you will not learn it, then you are doomed. You are doomed, because our deputy president right now, he can only cry to the people of the Republic of Kenya. Hawa watu tu ndio wanaweza okoa yeye. And if the people of the Republic decides, you know what, pia wewe ulitubeba ujinga, it's about time you suffer the consequences of the crimes that umewekelewa, then sisi hatuna say kwa maisha yako. Gachagua kile atakipata. By this time round, it seems they have it figured out. Now let me tell you, the NIS, the DCI, all of them wameshaamua, wameshapanga mikakati. Remember, Gachagua alicall out NIS director Newden Haji on a public platform, which means hata grounds zipo ya kwamba Gachagua alitry kufanya nini? Gachagua alitry ku play out the card ya kuonyesha kwamba, you know what, Newden Haji is not protecting the president and the president is vulnerable, which was revealed and in a grounds ya kwamba Gachagua was leaking sensitive information about the government and the Security Council to the people and to the public, which is against his hold as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Tunaelewana? Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? Yes. Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyo. I shall remind you, don't you exit without subscribing to our YouTube channel. But allow me to read a few comments and a few reactions from the people of the Republic of Kenya in regards to the message that has been posted by Gachagua. Namwona Simon Mwangi Modiora akisema it's called karma. Jackson Okante anasema the DP has now become a prosecutor and judge and decided that his allies are innocent. Agai Kemongi anasema stay put and fight to the head, it shall come to pass. Mambo mandogo haya. Mwingine hapa ni Kemaro Geteru anasema finya kabisa, politics of petrol, politics of divide and rule. Robi Ruto anasema Mrima man is now crying, ujauri lazima itaisha. A lot of comments are coming in. What is your comment and what is your take? Leave your comment in the comment section. Let's link up in our next video. The deputy president is telling his president, Bwana Ruto, go and call off your NIS and DCI dogs off my back. Also, subscribe.